congratulations on your 5th anniversary with Guitar Lessons Ithaca, Hillary. It's really great. We're going to give you your certificate.
Thank you. 5-year anniversary with Guitar Lessons Ithaca.
This is what I came up with. You tell me if this is accurate. Mm-hmm. I put it into 9 different categories. 1, chords. You mentioned your chord vocabulary has expanded, but in particular, half diminished chords, suspended chords, ninth chords, add 9 chords. You know all that stuff, and I'm assuming you didn't know all that 5 years ago. And there's probably more there, but those are the ones that jump out. If you think of more, let me know. That's category 1. 2, melody. I'm putting improvisation and songwriting all under one category. Melody means one note at a time. Mm-hmm. You know all your scales, like all major and minor scales, both 7-note scales and 5-note scales, like pentatonics, and your arpeggios, three-note arpeggios, triad arpeggios. You can solo. You have very good phrasing. You're expressive in your solos. You also, this is point number 3, the theory aspect of it. You know all the modes. You can solo in any mode in any key, right? And make up chord progressions in those modes. You know the circle of fifths and how to apply it. Like if I ask you how to spell a F sharp minor scale or B major 9 chord, you could probably do it. Yeah, I know you could do it. So that's theory. And then reading, you did know how to read when you came here, but now you're reading in open 5th, 7th, and 12th positions. And on the last student album, Volume 4, which was very different from all the other contributions, and many people pointed out to me, they pointed out yours as being like a standout track. I'm not trying to blow smoke. And it's because that was a serious amount of work. She did Pachelbel's Canon, which is a round, so it's reading the whole thing and then reading it through again 2-3 different times, so it sounds like one giant round, and it's quite a feat. As you know, it wasn't easy to record that, and that was intense preparation, and the day of recording was intense too. So congratulations on that. 5th, rhythm. You know how to vary your comping, meaning make it rhythmically interesting or diverse, whatever. You know all about 16th note strumming patterns. You know about syncopation. You can do anticipation and delay. And we've even done some exotic rhythms, such as that day we did the partito alto rhythm, and another day we did the 3-2 or 2-3 polyrhythm. Mm-hmm. So that's quite a rhythmic feat right there, or quite a feat when it comes to rhythm. Number 6, chord melody. This is not easy on guitar. Playing, as you know from being a pianist, anyone can play melody with one hand, chords with the other. On guitar, it's a whole different story. You know at least 3 or 4 of those, like by heart. You've memorized several chord melodies. I know Yesterday, Satin Doll. Satin Doll you put on Volume 3 of the student album, or maybe it was Volume 2, I can't remember. Mm. You've been on all 4 student albums, right? And you've been in several recitals, at least 3.
Yeah, missed one.
I mean, you missed 1 out of 4. So the chord melody stuff is a big deal. Like you could spend your whole time with some schools. Of course, I want to make my school look good, but I have literally seen like other students come and they learn chord melodies, and that's all they do with their teacher. But they can't like play anything besides that chord melody because they've been working on it for like months. If you ask them to play the chords to Mary Had a Little Lamb or something, they can't do it because all they've been doing is that one thing. So, but it's a time-consuming big deal. And then number 7 is ensemble. You can jam with pretty much anyone, and I know you can jam with me. I've seen you in jam sessions, public jam sessions. You come to, when we used to run the Ithaca Jazz and Blues Jam. I've seen you jam with other people, and you're pretty comfortable, more so in recent years, like with virtually anything, including jazz or folk. You have all these different styles, and of course you're in a band. You talked about that. You know how to make chord charts and read chord charts in addition to the sight reading. Ear training is the next one. You know all your intervals, ascending and descending, all 12, and you've memorized songs for each of those, and your ear is very sharp. Next is technique. You know alternate picking, you know vibrato, and what I call expressive elements like string bending and hammers and pull-offs and all kinds of things like that. And as far as technique goes, you're very expressive. You also know fingerstyle. That's another area where you could just do fingerstyle for lessons, and I do have students that just do fingerstyle and nothing else. Yet that's just one of the tools in your kit, and you're good at it. You have one of the student albums you put Freight Train, it showed off your fingerstyle prowess. And we haven't even done it lately in lessons, but the other day I asked you to do some of it and you were able to do it no problem without even, that's the way it's like. Once you know it, it's like your muscles remember. And then the last thing is repertoire. You have your whole band's worth of material. You just said you played 26 tunes. That's a lot. You have like 2 binders. One for the repertoire and one for the instructional stuff.
Yeah, actually I have like 5 now.
That's crazy. And then I've seen you play songs out of the real book that you haven't even seen before. Like your chord vocabulary is that big that I can get the real book out right now, put it in front of you, and you can read it. So in summary, to say you're a well-rounded musician is totally an understatement. I mean, think about it. The categories we mentioned are chord vocabulary, melody, i.e. soloing, scales, etc., theory, and ability to use it, reading, standard notation, rhythm of all kinds, both soloing and in comping, chord melody, ensemble playing, ear training, technique, and repertoire. So it's wonderful for me to see you enjoying like lots of different aspects of the guitar, you know. Sometimes guitarists they learn one thing to get really good at one thing, and that's cool. I'm not knocking that, but you know, that's their thing. Or if they become known for that thing, then they better hope that thing is sustainable, because otherwise they're just going to look like a one-trick pony. You are the complete opposite of that. You're a totally well-rounded musician. I see you as never being at a loss for a new challenge, and you're always motivated to learn new material and go over old material, which is the way it should be. There should be a balance there. Some students are just like, well, show me something new, but they haven't really mastered the basics. You're always willing to go back. You've never said, why are we doing this? Or you always trust me about that. And I hope you see the reward. So the best is you're ready and willing to implement, and you never get overwhelmed. You know, you're organized and you're motivated. It's amazing. Having heard all that, any words that you'd like to?
Yeah, it was quite a list. I guess when I first met you, I wanted to learn how to do fingerstyle. I wanted to play jazz. I wanted to do rock. I wanted to do all these things. And there was a time where I thought maybe I should just decide I'm just going to do jazz and that's all I'm going to do. But like I am as a physical therapist, I'm a generalist. So I like to know a little bit about a lot, and in some areas I know a lot about lots of different areas. But I like to have my hands in different things. I want to be a guitar player that can do lots of different kinds of things. So
yeah, one of the goals, big picture goals, if you don't mind sharing, is to be a studio musician. At the rate you're going, you could totally be like that. Studio musicians have a unique thing. They have to be expressive. They can't just be like a robot. They have to really play like as if they're part of the band, and you certainly have that. But they also have to be ready for anything, you know. So that totally could be you.
I'm really grateful for these 5 years. I'm really grateful that I opened my mailbox 5 years ago and saw this postcard that said, guitar lessons.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It's awesome.